We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Commanders. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. Wentz now on first down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Malik Willis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 40. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And some room to roam now. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
On play action, it's Wentz. And he will find his man Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
From the red zone now, Wentz being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's the option going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll run with Robinson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one. Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Willis to throw. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Harold Landry gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, you know, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw pulled in by Woods. So the completion results in 9 yards. That'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensive.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Willis. That's complete to Westbrook-Akine. And he's upended at the 33. Firing a good pick on the game.
And this is zone defense, and you know you got a drag route on as you're throwing Harry Cobb. You got to be really careful as a pass
Washington on 3rd down. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Henry out of the pistol and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd down throw coming by Willis. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. But in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Willis. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On now is the Titans punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Ugo Amadi there to make the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wentz. And this one too low.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, there's no doubt that Curtis Samuel Washington will both welcome a redo at his first year there. Injuries kept him to less than 100 snaps across 5 games. Everyone's hoping a return to health gets him back on track, where he's making a push for his first 1,000-yard season in Carolina. That catch there, good for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Once more, Gibson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw, it's Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On second down, a run with Gibson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Run. 74.
Here's Wentz to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Out to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Got it. Ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Willis with another keeper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bullock's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
fielded just outside the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Washington! 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 15 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay, ready?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Read the look, read the look. Hey, Trash. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Back to throw, Willis. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Robinson with another carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To throw is Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down. That right there, Charles, I think is a prime example of what they're scared of. They said, yeah, you can run. We know you can take off, but be smart. He got hit pretty hard there.
A lot of these young quarterbacks, they like to tell us that they become running backs when they take off. But they have to remember, at all times, they're quarterbacks. Protect yourself. Slide. Get out of bounds. Don't take that kind of hit.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. Off the option, here's Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off the option, here's Henry. He'll take this to the 46. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe...
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. picked off by Bobby McCain. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 45 on second down. Wentz. This to McLaurin out on the left side. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On the move to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Wentz. Steps away. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Wentz. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
A waste of time.
Wentz now on 1st down. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Washington on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wentz. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Willis. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here we go.
Willis got to have this one. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Robinson up in middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Gibson. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Give to Robinson on the option. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And my goodness, another interception. And the Titans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Ready.
To throw, here's Willis. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Talking about 2 sides of the ball cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. No front 7, they have loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
70, Timberwolf.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Come on, come on. Hey.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Commanders, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago.